works the way it's supposed to in all of the places. I had this weird thing the last time I was on. Oh no, I can see it now. Like YouTube was not cooperating. But anyway, um, okay, so I'm just gonna jump right in. I did my first excursion to our local Goodwill um, outlet or Goodwill bins a couple of weeks ago. Um, no, I think it was just no, I think it was actually just last week now. Feels like a couple of weeks ago. And I'm super excited. I didn't know what it was going to be like. I'd never been before. So I wasn't sure what to expect. And I found all kinds of really cool stuff. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Everything is listed. So if you see something that you would like me to run, just throw the number in the chat and I will do that. I'm going to check in a minute. I don't think I have any pre-bids on anything, but I will double check. There's some stuff in the buy it now. I'm just going to start at the top. Hello, Naughty Dragon. I love that name. I love looking at people's names. So my whatnot name is the same as my business name, but sometimes I want to change it because I see other people's names and I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. And I think of all kinds of stuff that I could do different, but that would mess up a whole bunch of stuff. So, it is what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna get started. The first thing that I have today, I have 5 of these. So I have these wooden spindles. They're all nice and rusty, crusty. They do actually stain up pretty well. I'm trying to see if I have one that I've stained around here. I don't think I do. I think it's on my my work in progress table that has no room left on it. But they do stain up really well. I've used a wood stain on them. I haven't tried to paint one, so I'm not sure what that would be like. They do have holes drilled in most of them, at least in the top. Some have holes in the top and the bottom. I have 5 sets of these. So I'm going to go ahead, and these are running for $2. So I'm going to go ahead and start this. Yes. Okay. Every time I do a show, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing the first couple of items that I try to run. And then I guess I kind of get the hang of it. One of these days, maybe I'll feel like I remember what I'm doing, like from the very beginning. So welcome in if you're just joining. We're running these wood spindles. I have 5 sets of these. So yeah, so we've got these going right now. Okay, thank you for looking at those. I'll put those aside. And it's my next. Oh yeah, this is cute. So I have this little 2 little porcelain dogs. They are connected together. They are stamped, made in Japan. Hello. Hi, Lisa. Lisa's Bin Emporium. Welcome in. Thanks for joining. My very limited research pegs these from about the 1940s. And they're in really good shape. No chips or cracks or anything like that. There's some staining. I did not try to clean these. I mean, I wiped them off with a paper towel, but I didn't really like clean it. But they're in good condition. So we're gonna run these, starting at $2. And I'm just running stuff from the top of the auction tab. So if you see something that you would like me to run, you can just put the number in the chat and I'll run that. There is some stuff in the buy it now. Most all of this came from my excursion to our Goodwill bins last week, which was kind of fun. It was the first time I'd ever been. And so I found some good stuff. So, okay. So thanks for looking at those. Set those aside. What is next here? Oh, this little bunny. I could just couldn't leave this little bunny behind. It was just too cute. I'm not really sure what it's made of. I think it's resin. It's not plastic, but it's not metal either. Um, and I just couldn't leave him. He just or her, I guess maybe the little pink flower. I just couldn't leave her. She's about an inch tall, so that would fit in a printer's tray or in a little Easter vignette. So that's running for $1. That started. Um, oh, Lisa, going for the bunny. I know, isn't it cute? It's just too cute. It's just this cute little face, and its cheek sitting on its hands like that. I just couldn't pass it up. So I was like, somebody's gonna want that for a printer's tray or a little vignette or something like that. So I had to snag it. All right, Lisa, that is going to you. I'm going to set that over there and I'm just going to write that down. And I misnumbered like I always do. Um, so I will make sure that I always keep a list just as a backup. I don't know why. I've never really needed to refer to it, but it always makes me nervous to not have a list. Um, so congratulations. Oh, good. And your printer's tray. That's great. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. So the next thing, this is another one of those things that like I just couldn't leave it behind because it was too cute. So this little porcelain elephant. It's got a floral painting on it, and it's a candle. And when I looked it up, I don't think I wrote down what I found when I looked it up, but it looks like it was actually might have been part of a set. Because I found it, but there was like 6 of them, and I can't even remember now, like the manufacturer or anything. There's nothing stamped on it or anything like that, so not anything fancy, but it's it's about almost 2 inches long, about an inch tall. So again, another cute piece for a printer's tray. I am in Illinois. I am in Central Illinois. Um, we're gonna get this started. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Um, where that's a good question, Lisa. Where is everybody joining from? There is a little, actually, I just now noticed. I can't tell if it's dirt. No, I think there's candle. There's a little bit of wax residue right here because this was actually burnt. Oh, you're in Tennessee. I have very good friends that live in Nashville, so I am in Tennessee often, and I'm very excited. Thank you all for looking at that. My mom and I have tickets to the Great Junk Hunt at the fairgrounds in October. She went back in March. I wasn't able to go. She wants to go back, just me and her, and so we're gonna do that in October. I'm excited. Oh, you're closer to Chattanooga. I like Chattanooga. We stop in Chattanooga sometimes when we're driving to Florida for vacation. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Where's everybody else joining from? How are you, Revival Salvage? Good to see you. Okay, I get started talking and then I lose track of where I am. All right. So the next thing, it is a great area. It's very fun. The next thing is this little mini teapot. This was another Goodwill find. Again, I was really blown away actually at some of the stuff that I found. So this does have some chips on the lid, but when you have the lid on the teapot, the only one you can really, well, I guess you really can't see them. Sorry, I lied. You can see them, but I think that I think you could paint those easily. But we all like our kind of rusty, crusty, chipped stuff sometimes too. So, oh, oh, thank you for thanks. That's the picture I use for my thumbnails on my YouTube videos. So I was like, yeah, we'll use it for whatnot too. Why not? Might as well. I took a whole bunch of selfies of me making funny faces. So we're gonna start this little mini teapot at $1. This is about, let's see, I measured this. So it's about 3¼ inches tall. So a little tall for a printer's tray, depending on what size you have, but and maybe a little wide, but would be cute in a little vignette. You could also take the top off. You could, if you had a teeny tiny flower frog, it would actually fit down in there. Um, so like this one, like a 1 inch flower frog would fit down in there, and you could put some florals down in there. Did I run that? I think I ran that. This is what happens. I get started talking. Thanks for looking at that one. Put that back over there somewhere where I'm not going to knock it off the desk and break it. Okay, next thing are these mini spice jars. These things are so stinking cute. So I'm gonna try and hold them all up in my hand here. I'll hold them up to the camera. So I have 5 of these. They're going all in one lot. They're less than an inch tall. Um, there's salt, pepper, um, sesame, scallion, and paprika. The labels are really perfect on all of them, except for the paprika is lifting a little bit. I'm not sure if I can, if I hold it too close, it's not going to focus. But you could put a little dab of glue on there and get that to lay back down right. So these would be, again, really cute in a printer's tray or a little cooking kitchen vignette. So these are going all together um, as one lot. So you get all of them, starting that at $2. And I'm going to pay attention this time to the auction running uh, so that I know whether or not it ran. If anybody, if these don't sell as the lot, if anybody wants just one for any particular reason, let me know because I can run them separately too. But they're really cute. This is one of those things that I was debating that if it doesn't sell, I might keep. um, there's always that question, even with my craft stuff, my finished products. I'll take stuff up to my vendor space, and I'm like, if this doesn't sell, it's probably mine. Um, so, hello everybody over on YouTube. If you want to bid, come over on Whatnot. There's a little QR code up in the corner. If you scan that, you can come over into Whatnot and be part of the auction. Oh, thanks. You know, I'm new, right? I'm really new. And so that's definitely part of the process is trying to figure out like what did I pay for it? Where do I want to start it to resell it? So I'm trying to figure that out. Um, but I appreciate that. That's good to hear from somebody I think that's been doing this for a little bit. Okay, so the next thing is this mini fruit crate. This is too cute. So it's just this little wood crate, and then it's got the advertisement on both sides, the little advertisement picture, and then inside the crate is all this little pieces of fruit. Um, there's a little orange. Um, I mean, it's yellow, orange, and white. So, I mean, not really sure what all it's supposed to be. And I think that would be really cute in a vignette or in a printer's tray. Um, so we're gonna run this. Let's see, where am I? Mini fruit crate. Okay, there we go. Start this. We're gonna start this at $2. Um, and even if you could take those pieces of fruit out and put florals in the wood bin. I think that would be really cute. Um, I keep debating on a printer's tray, like for myself. Yes. Oh, yeah. Strawberries would be really cute in that. That would be adorable. That's really the big thing right now, too. Strawberries and watermelon. Um, the last thing I need is another collection of stuff. So, there's that. Okay, thanks for looking at those. We're going to put those back over there. So the next thing, I have two flower frogs. Um, so these are metal. They're about an inch tall. No stamping or anything, just a little spiral design on the back. They're very nice and clean. Um, all all of the spikes are all there and everything like that. So I'm running these separately. So I'm going to go ahead and run this first one, starting that at $3. I was actually surprised. I only have one other flower frog like this, and it's plastic. And so when I found these, I was really surprised at how heavy these actually are. Um, so there's some heft to the metal in here. Um, so that's kind of cool. I know some of the bigger ones people use to make vignettes out of them and put little like pieces of ephemera and stuff in there. I haven't figured out. I have some of these that I'm holding on to that I'm not going to sell. I'm trying to figure out what to do with them. Okay, so thanks for looking at those. I'm not going to run the other one, but if anybody wants me to run those again, I can. They are dirty. I get stuff all over my fingers every time I touch them. For everybody just joining, I'm just starting at the top of the auction tab and running stuff kind of in order. So if you see something that you want that you want me to run, just let me know. Just throw the number in the chat. Um, lost my place. Yes, absolutely. No, I will hold on to these and run them again. I have some stuff from, what did I do with I have stuff from my last, oh, well, so a lot of the stuff from my last sale went to Goodwill because that was more of a closet clean out, get stuff out of my house kind of thing. So it was one of those, if it didn't sell, it was getting boxed up and going. But yeah, I have a space in the unfinished part of our basement that's my whatnot corner. So like I have my Christmas in July box started because I'll do a Christmas in July sale. So I have some I'm already putting back for that. I do have one kind of Christmas thing because I have like 6 of these. So I have this Falls Craft cup and saucer combo. These are this is a Snow Village pattern. First produced in 1993. These were my parents, and I swear they've never been out of the box. um, and so you get the cup and saucer. These are really cute for vignettes. These are really cute for plants. If you have a ceramic drill bit, you can drill a hole in these so that you have a drainage hole. If you want a real plant in there, but obviously you can throw a flower frog down in there and put some silk flowers in there. So I do have 6 of these. So I'm going to get this started. This is starting at $2 for just this set. And then, like I said, I have 6 of these total. I might have 8. I didn't go through the box, but I know I have 6. I actually have all the dishes and all that kind of stuff too, but I couldn't. The shipping on that would just be insane. So I figured I would run these because they might be more likely. There are a couple of other pieces that I might run in a holiday sale or something like that, but we'll see. Okay, thanks for looking at those. I am going to put this somewhere where I'm not going to knock it off the desk, though. That's been my concern all day. It's like I'm going to move my hand and I am going to knock one of these pieces off the desk. Not that I don't have multiple, but still. So the next thing is another cup and saucer set. So this is a Noritake pattern called Channing. When I went to list this, I initially just listed it as kitchenware. And then I wanted to put the date in the description and realized that these came out in 85 or 86, which technically makes them vintage, which made me cringe because I remember when my parents bought these. Uh, like, really? That's vintage? Okay, that hurts. That's kind of painful. So another thing like the false craft, cute little option for a no, that's not what I want to do. Go away. Cute little option for flowers. You can put air plants in these because they don't need dirt. Cute little option for a vignette. The other thing I've seen people do is take the cup and not that way, this way. No, this way. Glue the saucer, on top of it, and you have like a little flat surface. You could also do it this way, take the cup and glue the saucer on top of it like that, and build a little vignette in that. So there's just all kinds of things you can do with these. I use them for plants. So I have a whole bunch of these that I've drilled holes in for small plants. So thank you for taking a look at those. Put that one. Nope, we're going to put that one over here too. Okay. Let's see. Hi, everybody. I'm actually going to run my first giveaway. So I do have a vintage ephemera giveaway. So if everybody wants to get in that, it's some vintage dictionary pages and some vintage inspired stickers. And then I usually grab a couple of other things from my stash and put in that. So you can get in that giveaway. And get back to my auction tab here. What is my next thing? My next thing is this little left-in doll. So I snagged her at Goodwill because when I first took a look at her, other than being a little bit dirty, I was like, oh my God, she's in perfect condition. So she's got the sticker and the stamp on the bottom there. But when I was taking pictures the other day, I realized she is missing one of the petals on the flower. Now, when you look at her like that, you can't really tell, which is how I missed it. But there is supposed to be a flower petal right there that appears to have broken off. Other than that, no chips or cracks. She's just a little dirty. So we are gonna start her. Well, I put her in at $2, but I'm gonna change that. We're gonna start her at $1. There we go. Okay, now let's get her started. There we go. Okay, so she's running. So how's everybody doing this afternoon? Where's everybody joining from? I know we've got Tennessee. I'm in Central Illinois. Looking back to make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat. I appreciate you all being here this afternoon. Let me put her back in the picture so you can see her. Taking time on a Friday afternoon to hop in with me. Thank you for taking a look at her. Put her back over there. Looks like we are getting ready to get some rain. It got really dark outside. Okay, so the next thing is this embroidered doily. So she's a little wrinkled. So it would just need to be pressed, but there are no tears or anything like that. Everything is in really good shape. A little dirty, but this would be really cute in a vignette. This would be really nice, actually framed. I have several handkerchiefs and doilies from like my grandmother's that I have, as framed pieces in the house. So we are going to start that. This was another thing that I was really, I don't know. So who has experience with their Goodwill bins? Um, we only have two in Illinois. One's in Jacksonville, which is about an hour away from me, and then one is way up north of Chicago. And I had never been before, and I went last week, which is where most of this stuff came from, and was just kind of really in awe of what we found. Girlfriend went with me. So, all right, thanks for looking at that. Put that over there. Um, this piece I was super excited about, even though it's not functional unless you are an electrician or know an electrician. Just a little bit left on that vintage ephemera giveaway. So if you want to hop into that. So this is a, I had to look it up because I knew it had a name, but it's a hobnail bubble glass lamp top. Now, obviously, for it to work would need some massive repairs because the wire's been cut. Um, the switch does still work, but I thought this would look really cool and something you could cut that wire completely out. And that would look really neat in some sort of vignette or something like that. Or you could cut the wire out and then you could put it upside down in something too. So we're going to run that. That is starting at $3. Maybe I can start it. Let's see. Okay. All right. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's running. Just want to make sure. I don't know if you could get this apart somehow so that you could separate the glass from the hardware here, unless without like having to cut it in some way, which I'm not sure that you could easily do. So that's kind of a cool piece. This is one of those things that might go in the, I might try to sell it one more time. And then if it doesn't sell, I'm going to keep it. That's part of the problem, right? Where you buy things to sell and then you're like, oh, it doesn't sell. I'm going to keep it. All right. Okay. So the next thing, this is one of those, careful, don't drop it. Um, this made me miss my grandmother when I found it. So this is a Haviland cup and saucer, stamped on the bottom, Bavaria, Germany, stamped on the bottom of the plate. I'm trying to remember if on this one I could figure out when it was made. I don't think so. Sometimes if you can there are websites that will tell you from the stamp when this particular item would have been in production. But if I found that, I didn't write it down. So it's got this pretty little rose pattern. It's a little dirty. There is one, let's see if I can get that. There is one chip in the top right there, but this would still make a cute vignette, a cute holder for plants. My grandmother had Haviland china. Actually taught me quite a bit about china. She kind of had a thing for it. So this is running for $3. Cup and saucer. In the buy it now, I do have some, oh, what are they? Now I'm going to say it and I'm not going to remember what it is. Let me scroll through here. So they're called Dematisse cups. The style is pretty rare. So those are in the buy it now, as well as a couple other pieces of of China. So thank you for looking at that one. Put this back over here. All right. So let's see. Okay. I lost my place. My apologies. Let me get back to my list here. Oh yeah, these are really cute. So these are Williams Sonoma. I don't really know how old they are. I mean, they can't be that old. There's barcode on there. Um, the the tin itself is a little messed up, but the cookie cutters are actually perfect. Like I don't know that these were ever used. There's no rust on them. There's no dirt on them. Um, but there are 6 designs in the tin, this little fall cookie cutter. So the picture on the top of the tin shows you what the designs are, but the cookie cutters themselves are in really great shape. I'll get this running and then kind of show you what they look like. So this is running for $3. So you have the maple leaf and the little pumpkin, the little turkey, and there is an oak leaf and an apple. No, I'm not going to be looking them all back in there. Oh, and an acorn, and then a little apple. So those are really cute. I have some like this that belong to my grandmother. Um, they're quite a bit older and all rusted up and stuff like that. So thank you for looking at those. Put that there. And then hello everybody. Thanks for hopping in. I am just running stuff in order from the auction tab. So if you see something um, that you would like me to run again, or if you want me to run, you can just put the number in the chat. I've got stuff in the bin. Most of this is from a excursion to the Goodwill bins last week, I think. Okay, actually, I'm going to edit this really quickly. Okay, that does weird things. Okay, hold on. Sorry. All right, so we've got these 10 measuring cups. There's a cup and a half a cup. I mean, these look like the things that you get when you camp. I don't camp, but they would be really cute. Well, I mean, they are in really good shape. So if you do camp, they would actually just clean them up a little bit. You could probably still use them, but they would be really cute for like a little wall hanging or a kind of a kitchen, piece on a hutch or in a glass cabinet kind of thing. Um, have the little copper like finish on the inside. So I'm going to run these. These are running for $2. No, these are running. Yeah, these are running for $1. Sorry. They're very light. There's actually something on just realized there's a stamp on the handle, Color Craft, I think. I can't really read it. And it doesn't quite look like it says the same thing on each one. That's interesting. I didn't notice that till now. Okay, thank you for looking at those. Those right there. So I have 2 of these teal insulators. One of these I actually purchased on Whatnot, but one of these I found at Goodwill, and I about fell over when I was digging through this bin. and this was in there. They're dirty, but they're both in perfect condition. Now, 6 months ago, had I gone to the Goodwill bins, I would have had no idea what this was, and I probably would not have snagged it. Um, so I was a little like, I couldn't really believe that I found one of these in a Goodwill bin. So I have two of these. They're running for $4. These are Hemingway um, number 9. I don't really know what that means. I didn't look that up. Um, these are U.S. made. Um, and these are heavy. I mean, not that I wouldn't have expected them to be heavy. I mean, I know they're thick glass, but still pick it up and it's got a lot of heft to it. So these are really super cool. Okay, thank you for looking at those. Hold on to those. I might end up keeping one of those. Uh, um, all right. Okay, so these I have two of. Um, get your choice. So these have to be replicas. They are signed, both of them, but there's no stamp on the back. Um, this one has a little made in Japan. You really can't see it, but this one does say made in Japan on the back. This one doesn't say anything. Um, they are China. I'm pretty sure they're China, not porcelain. Like I said, they are artist signed. You really probably can't see it right there. And this one is really small and hard to see, but it's right there. But again, the fact that they're not stamped on the back makes me think that they're reproductions. So I have two. You get your choice of one. And these are running for $2. So go ahead and start those. So we've got the orange with the yellow flowers, and then the kind of pink and blue with the pink flowers. And this one's quite a bit heavier than this one. The other interesting thing is, and I haven't listed them yet because I want to figure out a little bit more about what they are. Oh, I didn't start that. I have one that has this exact design on it, but it's stamped on the back. So that was interesting to me. So these were all in a pile in a bin. So I think they all got donated from the same, my guess is they all came from the same place when they got donated to Goodwill. But like I said, my grandmother kind of got me into China. So I'm super interested in researching the other ones a little bit more, figure it out. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Hello, Lancaster Exchange. How are you? Had some other people join recently. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. I appreciate you being here. I am just running things kind of from the top going down. So if you see anything that you would like me to run, just let me know. Oh, I realized I just missed something. I just missed something. Okay, so I have two of these. These are just little tints. When I found these and researched these a little bit, they're roughly late 70s, early 80s, I think. No stamp or mark or anything like that. So nothing about a manufacturer or anything. They are in really good usable condition. I have two of them. So we're just going to run these. Maybe if I can get to the right place. Run these. They're running for $1. And I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like they're wondering if there was something that I meant to pull in and didn't. So for everybody who just joined, this is the last thing that I was going to run from my list. So you are welcome to look through the auction tab and see if there's anything you would like for me to run again. You can just put the number in the chat. I've got a couple of things sitting right in front of me. I can just kind of hold up and show you. So I've got these wooden spindles. I've got 5 sets of these. Nice and rusty crusty. These actually do stain up really well. I've stained a set for a project. Have not painted them, so I'm not sure what paint, how they do. Yeah, run the spindles. Absolutely, I can do that. Um, Run these. These are running for $2. Um, Most of them have holes in drilled in both the top and the bottom. This one has a hole just in the top. Um, but this one has a hole in the top and in the bottom. Um, I thought I had the set that I had stained like sitting right here to be able to show people, but I don't think I do. I think it's sitting on my work in progress table. Um, all right. A hit 99, those are coming to you. Um, Set those over here and write that down. That's just my backup is writing it down. I do have 4 more sets of these. Yes, I can run another set. So I'm gonna just run another set because I didn't pull out all 5 sets. They're in a box in the unfinished part of the basement, but we will run another set of those. I love those. I've had those for a while. We have a thrift store here in town called Abe's Trading Post. And so I'll go there every once in a while, just random. They are so fun to decorate with. There was a whole box. There's probably about 35 to 40 in the box. And I just bought the box because I was like, I'll be pissed if I leave here with just a handful of them. So between whatnot and my own stuff, and then I gave some to some friends who I know use them. Um, but yeah, they're super fun to decorate with. All right. So you got 2 sets of those. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate your purchase. I am going to start a giveaway. I will absolutely run another set. Not a problem. I'm going to start a vintage ephemera giveaway. Pammy, how do you decorate with them? Let me get this auction started on these. And you can do all kinds of things. One of the things that I like to do is kind of make candle holders with them. So you can take these and put, those like wood circles that you can get at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. You can glue or screw one of those to the bottom, and then you can do something similar to the top, or you can attach a glass like candle holder, like a just a flat candle holder to the top, but then you have a pillar candle holder. So I've done that. The ones that I stained, I have some little birds that I painted, and I painted a wood square and adhered that to the top, and then attached the bird to the top of it. So you can just do a lot. A a a hit if you want to put in the chat what you do with them. But those are some of the things that I've done with them. Um, cool look, cool looking in a bowl with just some threads or rolls. Oh, I never thought about just sort of like the vignette kind of look for them. That's a really cool idea. That's a really cool idea. And if you have the ability, like if you have a saw, which I don't have, but if you have a saw, you could cut off, like you could cut the square piece off of this and then just glue something flat to it. And then you get like again a base for something that's a little smaller. So That's a very cool idea. All right, so you've got 3 of those coming to you. Um, Congratulations and thank you for your purchase. I appreciate that. Um, okay, so for folks just hopping on, I kind of ran through everything. Um, but if there's anything that you would like to see, let me know and I can run it. I haven't checked on pre-bids for a while. Okay, so we're good there. Number two, yes, number two. All right. So this is super cute. This was a Goodwill bin find that I could not believe. I actually, well, if you've been on for a while, you've heard me say I was just sort of flabbergasted by what I found at our Goodwill bins. But little porcelain dogs. These are from about the 1940s, based on my quick research. They are marked. They are stamped Japan on the bottom. These are about 2 inches tall, so probably good enough for a printer's tray. Um, I've been watching a lot of shows, and I know I, I know that minis are super popular right now, and they're so very fun. So I was on the lookout for minis when I was at Goodwill, and I found this and a little mini elephant candle and a couple other small things. But I just thought these were really cute. And they're in really good shape. They're a little dirty, but like there's no chips or cracks or anything like that. The paint is still in really good shape on them. So yeah, I thought those were really fun. Okay, a height hit height. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. 99. That's coming to you. That was number two. Nice grab there. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. Happy Friday. Got a vintage ephemera giveaway running for just a little less than a minute if you all want to jump into that. I have run through everything, but if there's anything that you see that you would like to see me run, repeating a lot of the same words. If there's anything you want to take a look at, let me know. If there's anything you want me to run, let me know. You can just put the number in the chat. I've got a couple of glass insulators. Got a couple of metal flower frogs. Number three. So I had two number threes accidentally. Oh, but I ran one of those already. Okay, so the mini elephant candle. Yeah, this thing is so cute. This was one of those things that I snagged and could not just I couldn't get rid of. Jazzy Bunny 6 won the vintage ephemera giveaway, so I will get that out to you. It's got a little flower on his butt. He is in really good shape. The little candle. I did a little Google Lens search on him, and it actually looks like it came from a set of 6. I didn't write down what the manufacturer was, but I did find this on Google Lens, and it looked like there was a whole set of them. There is a little bit of wax um, residue still on him, but other than that, he is in really good shape. He's really cute. Little teeny tiny. It's good for a printer's tray or little vignettes if you have other little animals. Um, okay, so thank you for that. Hi everybody who's hopping on. We've kind of gone through everything, so now I'm just kind of running requests, kind of showing some things for folks that haven't been on or just hopping on. So I've got this little mini teapot, probably a little too big for a printer's tray, but would be really cute for a little vignette. A little bit chippy on the lid, but other than that, it's in really good shape. No markings or anything um, for what that is, but I liked the color. I thought the color was really kind of cool. I've got some flower frogs. I've got this other. This is the other kind of mini that I have is this little. It's a little fruit crate, and it's got little advertising on it. Actually has little pieces of fruit in it. Um, so it's got like yellow, orange, and white um, kind of fruit replicas in it. If anybody's interested in that, everything is listed in the auction tab, um, and everything's numbered. There's some stuff in the buy it now as well. So I'm happy to run anything that anybody wants to take a look at. This is kind of a cool piece. It's called a hob. Wait, I gotta pull it up because I'm gonna say it wrong. Oh, the mini spice jars. I forgot about those too. Called a hobtail bubble. Um, I think hobtail bubble obviously isn't gonna work, but would make a really cool, I think, vignette piece. So we've got that, and yeah. So if anybody sees anything that they would like me to run, let me know. I'm on most Fridays. Sometimes I do crafting and sales. Sometimes I just do crafting. Today I do just a sale because I was kind of excited about all the Goodwill stuff that I found. Um, and I don't know what I'll do next Friday. I don't know if it'll be just a sale or if it'll be both. Um, or just crafting. I haven't actually been on crafting in a while, so I should do that. Let me know if there is anything anybody wants me to run or anything anybody would like to see. I appreciate y'all being here with me on a Friday afternoon. I really I like this platform. It's a lot of fun. Um, but if there is nothing else, actually, let me check one thing because I haven't looked. Um, Actually, I'm going to do this on my phone because it's easier. I apologize because it's going to make my. I do have a couple of I have two sets of the wood spindles left. If anybody wants to see those. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. I've kind of run through everything. So just kind of running requests at this point. If there's anything in the auction tab, I love looking at people's names. That anybody wants to see, let me know, and I can run that. I think we are about to get hit pretty hard. I've got some thunder rolling um, outside my window here. All right, let's see. Just making sure I don't want to miss any requests. Okay, so I'm going to find somebody for us to raid. Yellow hearts in the chat if on the raid. Um, Thank you for being with me this afternoon. I will be back next Friday. And let's see who is on. Oh, Williams Rustic Salvage is on. Raid them. Let's see. Yep, let's go raid Williams Rustic Salvage. Yellow hearts in the chat for the raid. And thank you all. I will see you all next week.